Jamahal Hill, from champion to controversial figure, Jamahal Hill's journey in the UFC light heavyweight division is nothing short of a roller coaster. A tale of triumph, adversity, and controversy. Hill was once celebrated as a fighter who rose from humble beginnings to claim UFC gold. Today, however, his reputation is marred by heated feuds, questionable antics, and mounting criticism from fans and peers alike. Whether Hill is unfairly scrutinized or simply unable to handle the spotlight, one fact remains undeniable. He is one of the most talked about fighters in the UFC, for better or worse. In the weeks leading up to UFC 311, Hill's name has been plastered across MMA headlines. But not for his upcoming fight against Jiri Prochazka. Instead, Hill has found himself embroiled in multiple feuds with fellow fighters, engaging in trash talk that some fans have found entertaining while others see as desperate. His once bright image as a hardworking, humble champion has faded, replaced by a persona that many perceive as salty, combative, and overly defensive. How did Jamahal Hill, a fighter once destined for greatness, arrive at this point? If you want to roll with the Murmura family and help me reach 1,000 subs, no uppercuts needed, just hit that subscribe button and let's get it.
Oh, right uppercut! This fight is over!
Hill's meteoric rise to UFC stardom began in earnest at UFC 283, where he was thrust into the spotlight in a high-stakes matchup against Glover Teixeira. The light heavyweight division was in disarray at the time. Jiri Prochazka had vacated the title due to a serious shoulder injury, and the subsequent bout between Jan Blachowicz and Magomed Ankalaev ended in an unsatisfying draw. Fans and analysts were desperate for clarity in the division, and Hill was presented with a golden opportunity. Stepping up to face the 43-year-old Teixeira, Hill delivered the performance of a lifetime. Over the course of 5 brutal rounds, Hill outclassed the Brazilian legend, showcasing his striking, cardio, and resilience to earn a unanimous decision victory. It was a masterclass in perseverance and technical ability. For Hill, it was a career-defining moment, proof that he belonged among the sport's elite. However, critics were quick to point out the context of Hill's victory. Teixeira, though undeniably skilled and experienced, was well past his prime. Some questioned whether Hill could replicate his success against younger, more dynamic opponents. Still, Hill's performance was enough to silence most doubters, at least for the time being. Just as Hill seemed poised for a dominant title reign, disaster struck. A ruptured Achilles tendon forced him to relinquish the light heavyweight belt, plunging the division back into uncertainty. For Hill, the injury was a devastating setback, sidelining him during a period when the division was rapidly evolving. During his absence, Alex Pereira, a former middleweight champion renowned for his striking prowess, made his move to the light heavyweight division. Pereira's victory over Jan Blachowicz at UFC 291 marked the beginning of a new era for the 205-pound weight class. Pereira's unique style and larger-than-life presence reinvigorated the division, capturing the imagination of fans worldwide. While Hill's accomplishments were still respected, the rise of Pereira inevitably shifted the spotlight away from him. When Hill announced his return to the octagon, he made it clear that he had his sights set on Pereira. Their matchup at UFC 300 was billed as a clash of 2 former champions, each with something to prove. But while Pereira maintained a quiet confidence, Hill adopted a brash and confrontational approach. In the weeks leading up to the fight, he repeatedly mocked Pereira, claiming he would expose the flaws in the Brazilian's striking. At the UFC 300 press conference, Hill's antics reached a peak. He unveiled a bloody replica of an Easter Island head, claiming it symbolized what he intended to do to Pereira. While some fans appreciated the theatrics, others saw it as an unnecessary and cringeworthy attempt to hype the fight. Pereira, for his part, remained composed, refusing to engage in Hill's mind games. The fight itself, however, did not go according to Hill's plan. In the second round, Pereira delivered a stunning knockout, cementing his status as one of the most dangerous strikers in UFC history. Hill's attempt to measure Pereira's reach, a technique he had used effectively in the past, backfired spectacularly, leaving him unconscious on the canvas. Pereira's emotional celebration, a rare display for the normally stoic fighter, underscored the significance of the victory. Hill's reaction to the loss was polarizing, to say the least. Instead of praising Pereira's performance, Hill took to social media to defend himself. He claimed the knockout was a result of a weird, confusing moment rather than a testament to Pereira's skill. He also emphasized that he had taken 0 damage before the knockout, as if to minimize the defeat. These comments did not sit well with fans, many of whom felt Hill was refusing to take accountability for his performance. Instead of showing humility in defeat, Hill's remarks came across as defensive and dismissive. This pattern of behavior only intensified in the months that followed. In the aftermath of his loss to Pereira, Hill became increasingly active on social media, engaging in public feuds with other light heavyweight contenders. Magomed Ankalaev became a frequent target of Hill's criticism, particularly after Ankalaev's underwhelming performance against Aleksandar Rakic. Hill labeled Ankalaev's style as boring, prompting Ankalaev to fire back with a scathing remark about Hill's knockout loss. Jiří Procházka, Hill's next opponent, also entered the fray. In a video released online, Procházka criticized Hill's fight IQ and questioned his ability to adapt under pressure. Hill responded in kind, attempting to downplay Procházka's achievements while hyping his own skill set. In a thrilling light heavyweight bout at UFC 311 on January 18, 2025, Jiří Procházka secured a third-round technical knockout (TKO) victory over Jamahal Hill, CBS Sports. The fight, held at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California, showcased Procházka's refined defensive skills and relentless offense. This victory positions Procházka for a potential trilogy fight with reigning champion Alex Pereira, against whom he has previously suffered 2 losses, MMA Mania. Procházka's performance at UFC 311 underscores his evolution as a fighter and his readiness for another title challenge. Hill's journey is a cautionary tale, a reminder that talent alone is not enough to secure a lasting legacy in MMA. Discipline, humility, and the ability to adapt are equally important. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more MMA content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.